This just in. Our news channel that is comprised solely of Democrats and one guy that we call Republican so our viewers watch. Well, we put out a poll, and we put out a new poll only in Democrat-run cities, states, areas, schools, right? And we put out this new poll in Democrat-run cities so we know the exact truth of what Trump voters think. And what we found is that Trump voters are starting to regret their vote. Now, when we put this information out, we know that our viewers, who are strictly Democrat and socialists and communists, are going to believe it because, well, we're in a cult. So they'll believe everything that we have to say. But we found that all of our viewers also agree with this poll.
And if you hear this and then go and bend your back, go and bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max.
Good morning, happy Friday, everybody. Did you catch my story on the breast milk flavored ice cream? If not, it's a pretty goofy story. You should check it out. I guarantee you'll get a little chuckle. Now, there was a new poll put out, and it's so weird that these polls are put out and they always lean towards the way CNN or MSNBC wants them to lean. Isn't that interesting? Now, have you ever been in a CNN poll or an MSDNC poll or any poll that states the opposite of how you feel? I haven't. It's really weird. Now, I want to show you something really funny. You're going to like this. You're really going to like this. And it's a weird phenomenon that whenever CNN puts out saying anything, the liberals are hopping on board like it's going out of style. All right, so scrolling through CNN's Facebook, the first post I found here that I was like, I think people can agree with this, right? It's Trump calls for a new census to exclude undocumented immigrants. I think we can all agree that that's okay. All right, our first comment on this post is the census is not supposed to be political. The whole point is to know how many people reside in a particular area. This is like politicizing the weather, pure idiocy. All right, and our second genius of the day is a Mr. Thomas Taylor, and he says another violation of the Constitution. This falls under the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution, something he swore an oath to protect and defend. What else can we expect from a man who swore a marriage oath to several times and then disrespected this oath? Pure genius. So now we're gonna break that down a little bit. You know what I mean? Because he mentions the 14th Amendment, right? So 14th Amendment addresses citizenship, due process, and equal protection under the law. Where a lot of people are really misunderstanding the 14th Amendment is the Equal Protection Clause, right? So the Equal Protection Clause, it says, requires states to provide equal protection under the law of all persons within their jurisdiction. Now, when they say persons, they're referring to U.S. citizens, not illegal immigrants. I don't know why they're so confused about this. All right, and our third just delightful person of the day is a Bay Freeman. And they state he does whatever he wants and everyone turns a blind eye. He's unfit. Had it been any other former POTUS, they'd be impeached. These people are comical, to say the least. All right, and here's a fun little game that you can play at home. I call it Democrat Bingo, right? So you find a Democrat, someone that's unstable, and you go to their profile picture to play Democrat Bingo, right? And you're looking for a couple things. You're looking for a COVID vaccine profile picture, I stand with Ukraine, Black Lives Matters, or anything like that, right? So if you find these things, you win. So let's check out Miss Bay Freeman's profile. All right. Here it is. So it's time to play Democrat Bingo. So then you go to the photos. Boom, got it immediately. Now that is hilarious. You can play this game at home. It's fun. So thank you for playing Democrat Bingo with me. All right, now let's get to the main topic, which is the poll that came out through the University of Massachusetts, mind you. So it states that Trump's voter regret might be settling in slowly. I mean, put out by CNN. Is that trustworthy? Yet, what do you think? All right, in our first comment, like I said, CNN puts out a poll and all of its viewers believe the poll. It's insane, right? So our first comment is from Stephen Carver. They better get used to a lot of disappointment. He just needed them for their votes. So now he couldn't care less about what happens to them. All right, okay, Mr. Carver. All right, and our next Democrat up is Ivan Favaro, and he states, I doubt that. Most of his base are brainwashed worse than people in cults, and they defend his every idiocy like it's the gospel. Got it. All right, and for our last comment on this poll is from Manisha Kamal Katnar. And it says, Trump voter regret slowly but surely settling in. The art of the deal turned out to be a clearance sale on common sense. I mean, there is really only one side here that has common sense, am I right? But what do you think? Do you believe any poll that comes out of CNN, MSNBC, ABC? Do you believe any poll that they put out to the public? Because I don't. Now, to address the other part, is MAGA a cult? Is the Make America Great Again movement a cult? Well, to know that, we have to look at definitions, So a cult is a group or movement, often with extreme or unconventional beliefs, that exhibits excessive devotion to a person, idea, or thing, and often uses manipulative or coercive tactics to control its members. What does that sound like to you? Also, these groups can be harmful to individuals and their families. I mean, it's very interesting stuff if you just look at it from a definitional standpoint, you know what I mean? But which side literally cancels their own families if they don't have the same political beliefs in them? Which side violently attacks people that have different opinions on them? Which side calls names nonstop all day, every day? And which side is perpetually upset? Yeah, I think we all know the answer to that question. But did you enjoy this segment of The Right View? If you did, please comment. Consider subscribing. If you don't know what to comment, leave an emoji. Stand by for safety brief. All right, this weekend, I want you all to go out and have fun. Maybe make a friend. Maybe make a new friend. Nothing wrong with that. If you're drinking, don't drive. If you're driving, don't drink. Do not provide alcohol to minors. And as always, get outside. Do some PT. Hydrate. Change your socks. Have a fun and safe weekend, everybody. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.